is Sneaker Gearz. My name is Levi, back at you with another Performance Gearz take on the top 5 most cushioned and responsive setups. So I know we've had a top 5 cushion video, we've had a top 5 most responsive. This one is that in between, something that's going to absorb the impact but still allow you to take off. In the NBA now these days, there's that lack of position kind of player. Whether you're 7 feet tall, 6 feet tall, you ought to be able to shoot outside, have post moves. So this is really that in between best cushion setups. I prefer using either this kind of setup or a cushion setup, and not too often am I using too many responsive setups, depending if I'm doing drills or not. So this is going to depend on what kind of player it is for you. I know a lot of guys say, what's the best cushion for a point guard, for a center? And nowadays that doesn't really matter. It's based on what you need. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 5 is the Li-Ning Way of Wade bounce and cushioning setup. So I was fortunate enough to have the Way of Wade 2, and I have sold a pair of those. The new Way of Wade 4, the 3 has pretty much used the same setup all throughout. I've heard nothing but good things in the Way of Wade 4. Unfortunately, those cost almost $200. I am looking up to pick up the pack where it is both pairs, just because they look fire. So hopefully I can give you an exact review on those. Again, it absorbed the cushioning as far as your impact, but it still felt really nice, close to the ground feel. And I think anyone else who's played in them, if you go and read any reviews, very similar compliments. I wish I can give you more feedback and had this shoe, but that's number 5. Number 4 is Under Armour Charge Cushioning. Now, when I'm talking about the cushion setups, obviously I'm thinking about basketball, but this is the same kind of cushioning setups that you can see on any of their training shoes, running line, or anything else. Charge cushioning does a great job of, again, absorbing the impact and actually kind of firms up when you push off. So I said that before, very simple. So it doesn't give much return energy, but it is something that even if you're a big guy, it does absorb it very well. I actually found the Clutch Fit Drive 2 felt a little bit better than the Curry, because the Curry was more engineered for a guard setup. Now, I've had the Curry 2 twice, played in them for probably 3 weeks total, and I've returned them twice. Hopefully I'll be getting the 2.5 just because the fit is a lot better if you have a wider foot or if you have a higher instep like me, and if you don't wear a brace. Those 2.5s actually clean up a lot of that. The charge setup on this is the slingshot. Again, this is number 4 cushioning for being both cushioned and responsive. Number 3 starts getting a little tricky. I know we had a lot of comments and people throwing shade my way on the responsive cushioning video and the cushion video, but number 3 is going to be Nike's Lunar and Zoom. So this is the Kobe 11, and you can't see it, so I'm going to pop it out so you guys can take a gander. So the Lunar setup on the Kobe 11 includes Zoom in the heel. The Lunar setup in the LeBron 11 includes full-length Zoom. Now, whether you have a full-length Lunar setup or you have the Zoom with the heel, it's going to give you a little biasness one way or another. The full-length Lunar is a little bit more responsive. When you put Zoom in it, money. It is an amazing cushioning where it gives you a really nice balance of absorbing the cushion with that Zoom air really pushing back, and it's still, as the Lunar starts to give out, especially on the LeBrons, you actually just have a little bit more court feel and you feel the Zoom more. If you're looking at the Kobe 11, the heel Zoom is actually about double the thickness of the full-length Zoom on that, so you really do feel it. The Lunar is the thickest they've used on a Kobe line, so these feel amazing. I have not broken down the Lunar on this yet, but I have not played them that much. So again, the Lunar eventually always gives, but while you're playing on them, they are amazing. They are our top 3. I was thinking they might be higher, but I just want to be honest with you guys. I do play in these shoes, and the top 2 are coming up. Number 2 is again bounce cushioning. Not from Li-Ning. This is the bounce from Adidas. Now, this has been most widely used on the Dame 2, but actually has been used on a few of the other shoes if you've seen my other videos. Now, this cushioning, almost better than Boost, depending on what kind of player you are. Boost is very plush, has a lot of energy return. You don't have a lot of court feel. This gives you an incredible compromise of having a nice bounce to it, though not as bouncy as Boost, but still giving you great court feel. So if this is my hand is your foot, it bounces, but when you're ready to push off, you're not still sinking in. You're not kind of, where's the floor? It actually gives you that court feel so you can push off the ground. You're ready to go. I love the cushioning on this shoe. I have not played it as much lately because of the height of it. I found it a little bit not as stable, and that's for me, but a lot of players do love it, and for $100, this cushioning is amazing. I hope Adidas uses this a lot more. I actually tried it on some of their running shoes, and I don't want to say it makes a better runner because it's just fantastic cushioning, but this is number 2, and I know a lot of you guys are crying out, where is bounce, because it is responsive, it is cushion. It's both, so that's why it's in this video, and this is the top 2. Number 1, and if you saw my Brand Black Wear Testers collaboration Ether video, you already know the answer, is black foam. This stuff is, it's awesome. So essentially, if you had the Brand Black JC2 that used Jetlon, they upgraded that by just putting a lot more rubber content. So this gives you a nice bounce, but what happens is, Nightwing said before they put these kind of plates surrounding the cushion, they said it was almost too bouncy, it was unstable. So it actually reminded me probably what Boost might have felt like. So when they wrap this, you still get that bounciness, but it's not allowed to fully decompress, which is fine, because what that does is it gives you incredible court feel. So I'm wearing them right now, my Wear Tester Ether. So I got those on my feet. They're just casual, every day, whatever you want to do. The black foam, however you can get it, whether it's on the JC3, whether it's on the Ether, this is the number 1 perfect compromise between having a cushioned but responsive setup where it does have some energy return, and I can't say enough about the cushioning. If you want to know more about the Ether version, not the JC3, then watch that other video that we have out there. The JC2 I found a little bit lacking for me and my style, but I do get into that more, and I have answered a few of the questions in the comments below if you guys were wondering. But this stuff, sick. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. This is my top 5 for your in-between cushion and responsive. I'd love to hear from you what we should call that. So obviously you can say responsive, you say cushioning. What the heck is the in-between? So I hate giving cushionings by position, just because you have big guys who want really, you know, court feel, and I don't need something with all the cushion. And I've met guards, and Derrick Rose is probably one of them. He has the best big man shoe, or most cushioned, and he's a guard. So it has nothing to do with position. All it has to do with your style of play and what you prefer and what your body needs. So hopefully this helps you guys. I know there's a lot of guys out there, especially in today's genre and today's NBA. If you're coming up, if you're in grade school, you're in high school, you're in college, a lot of this in-between cushioning is going to suit you a little bit better with a lot of the plays and a lot of the style of play that's coming out today. So this is Levi with Sneaker Gearz. We really appreciate you guys. Please tell us in the comments what you think. If you have any questions, check us out on Instagram and Twitter. As always, give us that thumbs up. We appreciate you, and we'll come at you later.